John Hale, go ahead.
Olivier, what's just the mood as in the locker room compared to a couple of weeks ago when you were in the losing streak, but having these 3 wins in a row, under your guys' belts, just how big a difference has that made for morale?
I mean, it feels better, it feels great, better atmosphere. Um, we stayed positive during the tough time, but, you can feel guys are feeling more confident. We are all feeling more confident, more comfortable. It feels great.
Jerry Tipton, we'll go to you next.
Olivier, there's been quite a reaction to you guys taking a knee during the anthem at Florida, some of it negative. What would you say to the people that are not happy that you guys did that?
Well, we understood that our gesture will have consequences, and we just want people to understand. We know that some people will be mad or pissed at what we did, but we just want people to understand that it's just a peaceful way to protest in the way we can, using our platform, and we just want people to understand, to raise awareness, and that's it.
Can you elaborate a little on what you guys were protesting against? I'm not saying that like I don't know, but in your words.
I mean, I think our action speaks for itself. What happened in the past few days, few weeks, and even during quarantine. I mean, we just want to show support for our community and raise awareness on the things that happened lately. But it comes from like a place of understanding, peaceful, and just having conversations and being open-minded. That's it.
Larry Vaughn, you're next.
So Olivier, I take it from what you were saying that some of the negative reactions did not surprise you guys, and did you all talk about that there may be reactions just like that?
I mean, we didn't talk about it. Obviously, we knew, obviously, that people would react a certain way. But I mean, as always, you always do something. You always have some people that are pleased and some people that aren't. And we just made our decision as a team. And most importantly, is everything was okay with it. And that's something that we wanted to do. And unfortunately, some people are not happy with it. But like I said, we just want the best for everybody. We want peace, and we want people to understand everybody.
So is that something you all plan to do again?
Can you say that again?
I said, is that something that you all plan to do in other games going forward?
We'll see. We'll see what we do for other games, but I mean, whether we do it once, twice, every time, our focus is on that gesture and towards these issues at all times.
John Clay, we'll go to you next.
Olivier, if you had to point to one specific phase of the game that has helped you guys with this turnaround, what would that be?
I think execution. I think everybody can see that we're executing way better. Our offense is looking way better. We're sharing the ball. We're having fun out there, and it makes a huge difference in the game.
John Hale, we'll circle back to you.
Olivier, we've seen with some other programs that have kneeled during the anthem, I think even Florida on Saturday had one guy do it, that it's been a couple players here or there. How important was it for you all to do something as a group, have everybody make the same decision? Was that part of the conversation, or was there ever a point where it might have been a few guys and other guys who didn't want to do it?
I think it sends a big message. We're a unit, and that's what we want this country to be. We are all together in it, and I think what was really powerful was Coach doing it with us. Coach stood with us. He took it with heart. He did it for us, for the cause, and I think it's just showing that we're all together in this. And even though some people might disagree or anything, we just want to be treated equal. That's the most important thing to get out of this, really.
And then just as a quick follow-up, you seem to have a really unique perspective on this, having lived in the U.S. for several years now, but growing up in France, in a different country. Just how has that kind of shaped your views on this and adjusting to the American culture? Just what has kind of been your observations versus where you grew up?
It's totally different, but not really at the same time. I think people here are more engaged, and it helped me realize that I needed to do more with what I have, with the platform that I have, the opportunity that I have, and I'm trying to learn, educate myself. It's something that is not happening just in the U.S. I need people back home to understand that these issues are happening too in France. It's not just in America. It's not just something outside of the borders. It's happening in your country, whether you're in France, in Europe, in the U.S., or other parts of the globe. You always have minorities that are being treated not as equal as other people, and that's something we are in a position to raise awareness, and that's what we're trying to do. But it's not just talking. We also need actions behind it.
Jerry Tipton, we'll circle back to you.
Yeah, Olivier, you mentioned that Coach Cal also taking a knee, and the coaches sent a message in itself. Can you describe when you guys met with Coach Cal, his take on the idea of kneeling?
He was all for it, He asked us, "Do you want me to kneel with you guys?" We said yes, and he said, "I would do it." He will support whatever we do, and that's big. That's important for us.
Yeah, I saw one of the protesters basically question Coach Cal's manhood. He said that if Kentucky had a real man as coach, you draw the conclusion that wouldn't have happened. How do you react to that? What do you think of that?
I didn't understand exactly what you said, but what's most important is, I don't care about outside opinions of other people. We're all in this together as a team in here, and we count on everybody else. We count on everybody in this program. Whoever got other opinions on that, it's okay. We all have an opinion, and I'm just proud that Coach stood with us.
Thank you.
Keith Farmer, we'll go to you next. Give him a second.
Sorry, I always have to make a switch, and sometimes you can't hear me. I want to ask about Alabama. There's a big game coming up between a couple of top teams in the league right now. Can you just talk about that matchup?
Yeah, we're getting ready. Obviously, we'll talk about it more at practice today, but they're doing really good so far, and it's a great team. A lot of good players, and we got to be ready on defense and lock in on the scouting report. So we'll get better for until tomorrow for the game.
How important is it that, just with this being undefeated teams going at it this early in the league schedule?
It's a great battle test. We've been good so far in the league, and their team too. And I think it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a war, and it's gonna be a great test for us.
We have time for one more with Olivier. Larry Vaught, finish us off.
Yeah, Olivier, I wondered if you could talk, as the things that have been going on, will that be a distraction getting ready for this game, or the way you guys have been able to focus in lately, put everything behind you, now just get locked in on what's ahead?
Not at all. That's part of what we do. We're just locked in on what we got to do. People talk outside. We just focus on the court, focus on what we got to do to get ready for that game. And I think guys are more than locked in and more than ready to play that game.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, folks. We'll have Isaiah Jackson here shortly.